Welcome everyone to another episode of HappyCast. I am one of your hosts, Andrew, as always joined by Stephanie, and we have another person on with us this time, so Stephanie and I don't have to survive each other's company for too long. We're hoping this guest speaks at least a little bit to prevent any sort of infighting. We are very welcome to have the one and only Melissa Perez, or Mel, not male, join us for this episode, hot off the heels of her most recent performance at High Lonesome and just like stalking her, which Stephanie is currently doing. She has quite the running resume and some doozies coming up as well. But we're super stoked to have you join us today, Melissa. Thank you. This has to be a record for the most, like, I don't know, just horrible onboarding, filibuster content going into an episode. 4 minutes in, it's just been nonsensical. First and foremost, Melissa, hi, Lonesome. How are you doing after this race?
I'm like today I feel more functionable, I guess. Mentally, I'm more cognitively with it. Um, since I got back Sunday night, and I mean from Colorado to Southern California where I live, I have been a walking fucking zombie. Wait, is profanity allowed?
Yeah, we broke like 10 different things
Oh,
already,
okay,
so.
just checking. Yes, I love the F word. But yes, I'm feeling more with it today. Sadly waiting for my appetite to come back. But other than that, I feel like um, 99 cents.
Wow. Wait, so you have the opposite problem where you have no appetite after a
Yeah.
race.
This
What
is the
is that?
first time.
Oh, this is the first time, so it's not
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah. No, this isn't normal. Normally, I'm like a bottomless pit. The hunger pangs are my favorite. And all I do is eat all day. However, this hasn't been the case. I've just been sleeping more. And then like snacking in between. So I'm slowly waiting for those hunger pangs to show up.
So, was this a high effort race for you? Do you feel like you put in a lot of effort? Because I feel like those are the ones that take me a while to get hungry.
I want to say yes, but I also experienced like I was borderline hyponatremia during this effort. So, in case you don't know what that is like an excessive amount of water intake. And I was taking a lot of water because this race is at high altitude. And in my mind, I was like, do not become dehydrated. If you become dehydrated, you're not going to be able to eat. And I was eating well and I was drinking well until I wasn't. So since the race, I like haven't had much water and I'm still more or less peeing. Like my urine is still clear. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
That's why you're not hungry.
yeah.
That's the unique piece of this. So, what altitude do you live at?
I live at like 1500. I mean, I'm very low. Not quite sea level, but not quite high altitude.
So, had you trained at altitude? Was there something you intentionally did to prepare for High Lonesome?
So, in terms of like how I structured my training, I was on the wait list first. So, the race is a lottery. And I got in via the wait list like during my finals week. I'm in grad school. And so when I got that invitation in my inbox, I was like, holy fuck, this is really going to happen. Because I had been training for another 100 that I will do next Saturday called Angeles Crest. And just I focused on building my fitness, and that was a lot of VO2 max stuff, like short, quick stuff, and then long tempo efforts. And about 8 weeks out from the race is when I did more specificity. So more mountainous runs. Um, I live up. I live 30 minutes from a popular like mountain, also known as Mount Baldy or Mount San Antonio, and that's at like 10,000 feet. So in that general area, there are multiple peaks like Etowanda Peak, Cucamonga Peak. So a lot of it is like 9,000, 10,000 feet. And that's kind of where I spent a lot of my weekends or midweek runs, was just a lot of vert, a lot of technical terrain, um, a lot of forcing myself to use my trekking poles. I'm not opposed to using my trekking poles, but sometimes I just feel like I can move more efficiently without them. Um, and I just try to spend that time in altitude. Although like it does not take away from like I'm not acclimating, but at least I'm giving myself the confidence of my lungs are going to feel heavy, like my breath, um, my legs are going to feel heavy. At least in my mind, like I'm giving myself the confidence to say, like, this is all normal at altitude, the first few steps. Like, it's eventually going to get better.
So for those of you that don't know, High Lonesome, this is, I believe, the 8th year of this race. It has now become one of the more sought after races as a lottery process, taking place in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. Somewhere around over 24,000 feet of advertised vertical gain, reaching almost a little over 13,000 feet elevation at max. So kind of like along or nearby or crosses over the continental uh, divide in the Colorado trails. It is very sought after now because it's one of the few races that's a qualifier for both Western States and Hard Rock in the United States. So it's kind of a big deal, and for someone like me or some other people, flatlanders that can't afford the possibility of training at altitude or even getting vert, sometimes just climbing the stairs at a grocery store, which we have a lot of those down here for some reason, is the only vert we get. Yeah, I don't know, those two-story
Where are
grocery
you
stores.
shopping that they have
Just
stairs at the grocery store?
apparently the city of Houston's like, we don't have any vert. Let's create some of our own. Let's but um so the cutoff is pretty stringent. What is it? 37 hours, and so
Mhm.
that's a lot. It's a lot of pressure, especially for those not used to it. People go early just to acclimate. The time of year has just made it uh, kind of one of the go-to races for those that are trying to get into some of these other races. So, Melissa, sounds like things are going interesting for you as you recover. Is there anything that is going normal or well for you as you recover from this race?
Um, I'm not sore. I'm, yeah,
Ooh.
I'm not sore. I'm not doing like the hobble wobble. The first day, Sunday, my feet swelled up. I had to get on a plane, which sucked. Um, but Monday and Tuesday, yesterday, I went on my first run. So I mean, everything's checking out. My body feels fine. Um, there's no achiness or lingering pain. Like I feel Gucci. So, and mentally today I feel amazing. So I got that
Love it.
going for me.
Some
So have
clarity.
you done hundreds this close together before, or did you just do this 100 because, like, are they so close together just because the lottery and getting in on off the wait list?
The simple answer to that is fuck no. I normally, because of like financial reasons, I'm like a one and done type of racer. Because this shit is expensive. And earlier today, my partner was like, "Did you look at your credit card bill?" And I'm in my mind, I'm like, "Yes, babe." I know it was expensive. And no matter how hard you try to swing it, like this shit just fucking adds up.
Oh
And
yeah.
um I, was on the wait list for High Lonesome, and I got into AC, which is also a lottery, and I got in as solo. I normally don't plan my races together. However, because like Andrew mentioned, like High Lonesome has developed quite the reputation. And what has drawn me to the race is the 50-50 split. Like that was one of the things that drew me to the race was like, they do 50% men and 50% women. And this year at the race, there were over 50% of women at the start line.
I
So
know. I
that
said that in the last. Yes, yes.
that shit to me is incredible. And as my name started crawling up on the wait list, I went from like number 13, number 9, and then finally number 3. Like I felt that this opportunity was one that I was never going to get again. Because this race is going to continue to grow in popularity. And I just, have this feeling where I might not have this opportunity again to race, to do this race. So I said, fuck it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna also attempt to do AC. And all of this is like encompassed in me challenging myself to start doing things more scared. And it also is a reflection of like, I'm gonna do what I can now because tomorrow isn't promised. I might not be able to do this any longer. And I'm in fucking grad school, yo. Like this fall semester is going to be one of the toughest, and my spring is when I'll graduate. And my spring is also going to be the toughest. So I might not have this time that I do or that I did, this flexibility to train for both races. I was very fortunate that, AC and High Lonesome have a similar elevation profile. They have a similar cutoff. Uh, they're both races are run at altitude. So training kind of fell in my favor in terms of similarity. But yeah, to answer your question, like, no, I don't ever fucking plan my races this close together ever.
Okay,
And
so
you
are
do.
you trying? Sorry, are you trying to get into hard rock because you did High Lonesome and you did Cruel Jewel? Is that like an ultimate goal or?
I mean, Hard Rock wasn't on my radar until I volunteered for it last year.
Okay.
And I saw like how beautiful, minus the mosquitoes, like everything else is just absolutely incredible. The view is incredible, and it's calling to me because it's another wild race where it's going to pull you into the depths of your soul, and it's going to challenge you, beyond what I can, see for myself. So yeah, like now the goal is most definitely like, let's just add another ticket. I mean, that's like a, cat's pajamas, pie in the sky type race. I think the chances of me actually getting in is like very slim. But who knows? The universe does magical
Right? It
things.
might.
Now you did. You've done quite some difficult races of all sorts of varieties. The aforementioned Cruel Jewel. That's where I met you a
Yeah.
year and a half ago.
Hmm.
Stephanie did it this year. And then you did Leadville. You did Moab 240 as well.
Hmm.
And also I see you everywhere. If I'm going to a race to volunteer or just pace or crew, you are there. And it's awesome because it's like you're super positive, but it's also tension filled. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. I forgot what even happened at Moab, but I gave you some nicknames. Thankfully, I forgot about it. I don't even remember what it was.
Neither
It's
do
probably,
I.
yeah.
Shall not be repeated. Thou shall
Yeah,
not repeat.
yeah, it was just something misconstrued, but I'm so happy we both forgot it. I hope this isn't one of those things where after we end this, you remind me what it was. But so yeah, you're just absolutely everywhere.
We
It's
actually did the same race one year, Born to Run 60 miler. I did it that year, and you finished first, and I finished second.
Damn.
Oh my God.
How crazy is
Holy-
that? When I saw your 2022, I was like, oh my goodness, I love that race.
Me too.
That and you went back and did the four days, and I did the 100-miler the next year. So we were out there at the same time as well.
I love
Wow, she
great
beat you
race.
by 33 minutes. Look at
She did
that.
beat me. She got first
Wow.
place, first female.
Holy, do you any sort of resentment? Let's double down on this
No, I love
narrative.
that.
Let's
I
just
love
see
that. That's awesome.
someone that is just constantly striving for first place, which is, you know,
I
Stephanie.
am not.
Just this
I'm
doesn't
always
just
the butt.
No, so
I
yeah,
like to beat guys, though.
Me
Just
too.
to. I mean,
yeah, me
so.
too.
But the females, if they pass me, I'm like, I'm cheering for you.
You go,
So if
girl.
I ever pass you up on a race, you'll have nothing but
Never.
resentment towards me. Never? It'll
Yes.
never happen? Oh,
It'll
okay.
never
Yeah,
happen.
honestly, I'm just if I pass anyone up during a race, they're usually injured or about to DNF. So, but I take any victory I can get, to be honest. So, um, so yeah, you've done some challenging things. How does this stack up? Because you've ran at altitude before. You did, you know, Leadville, but Leadville's a little bit different as far as like the type of run it is and what you're
Mhm.
running on. So, like, how did this stack up to some of those other races that you've done?
Uh, I said this a million times, like going into this race is like I was terrified. And I was terrified because of this is like a doctorate level race. The race director Caleb does such a great job with communicating and really stressing like the importance and the value of safety. And because he was stressing like safety, the gear that we had to carry, I knew that this race was going to be ran at alpine conditions. Like I can't simulate that here. um, so in terms of like how it stacked up, it's like, dude, I'm at a fucking high altitude for a bulk of the race. I was nervous about how my stomach was going to turn out. I was nervous about maybe how difficult the trail might be. I'm not one to, scare away from technical stuff, but I'm like, holy fuck, this is a completely new animal. Um, and I am terrified because this is a race where I knew that I could DNF. I could, roll off a cliff. I knew that like I had to play my cards right and I had to be smart. So, and then I was also a little nervous my partner was not going to be there to crew me. And he knows best, especially in these ugly situations or when my soul becomes ugly. So yeah, I mean this race stacked up. It was way above my element, and I just wasn't sure if I was ready for it.
And it's, you know, just looking at the profile, like we had a couple friends do this race over the past few years. We know of a few people other than you that finish it this year. It just looks like it just starts out with a punch. Like it just really goes for a haymaker with a lot of the steeper and longest climbs right up front, and
Mhm.
the cutoffs are there, and they get people early on. It looks like. So as a back-to-pack runner, that's usually the first thing I look at. It's like, can I, when I'm racing something like this, it's more just like, can I survive the race? Not can I race the race or can I
Yeah.
even run the race? Um, was there any of this fear in the beginning of the race? Like, it's like, how, like, I may be physically fine, but is there a chance I may not just beat the cutoff? So is that ever a concern for you?
Not until the end. And that was like when I really started showing signs of hyponatremia. My pace slowed significantly. And because I wasn't drinking, I also didn't feel like eating. And you know what happens when you don't eat in ultras, right? Like your energy starts to fall, you begin to hit a calorie deficit, and your ability to move efficiently, starts to decline. So it wasn't until the end of the race, I would say, leaving Monarch Pass, which is like mile 67, is when I was like, oh shit, I got to get to Foose's because the cutoff there, I have an hour. Or, I'll be, if I don't get there by this time, then I won't be an hour ahead of cutoff. Like I need to make sure I have that hour cushion. Um, Fast forward when I got to Blanks, which was what, mile 83. Um, Jess, who was my one of my crew members, and my friend Luke, they found me a pacer, and her name was Bex. God bless her soul, because we had like 3 hours and 45 minutes to go 9 miles with like 1,400 feet of gain to get to the last aid station, which was Raspberry Gulch. And we made it to Raspberry Gulch at 4 o'clock and 45 minutes, ahead of the cutoff. And then I had 7 miles to the finish. So it wasn't until the end where I was like, oh, fuck, this really set me back.
And who all did you have out crewing and pacing you? Other than the ones you just mentioned. Is that basic?
So I had my buddy Luke, and Luke stepped in at the last minute. One of my original crew members / pacers, she had to step away. And so Sunday of the week, come race week, she let me know. So Monday, I like put a call out, like looking for anybody who was available. My buddy Luke, called me Monday afternoon and was like, well, I have this family thing on Sunday. I don't think I can swing it. He's like, tell me about the race. So, it's like I'm selling him. I'm trying to sell him this pen. And I'm trying to sell him to come and crew me. And he's like, you know what? Let me call you back. It's like an hour goes by and I'm like, fuck, I hope he says yes. I hope he says yes. My phone rings and I'm in the middle of fucking packing all of my shit. I answer it and he's like, you know what, Mel? I'll do it. And I was like, oh my God, you're our miracle. So my buddy Luke came out. He drove from Southern California. And then my friend Jess, who lives in Fort Collins, she crewed and paced. So it was them two. And then Bex is a friend of Jess that they found at an aid station. So she randomly joined the party way later.
And when you say Jess, you mean Jess
Jess Green.
Green? Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's awesome. Stephanie,
girl.
she was a guest on our podcast last year. Do you remember that?
I know, because
Just making
remember I
sure.
stalked her on Instagram.
Well, just like we stalk everyone on Instagram. It's we don't have a vigorous screening process. We just stalk you on Instagram and make sure you're interesting enough to be on here, even if you haven't ran a race. To be honest, I'm actually venturing towards less race focus. Let's just talk about
Oh
life.
my God, we are not becoming musicians.
Yeah, just like
Get
you
us
guys
a
want to
theme
start a
song.
band. Just the way that you are conducting and holding yourself, Melissa, like you could be our vocalist. We need one. You sound the part. um, so so yeah, it's scrambling, especially, life happens. People last minute, kind of like sometimes have to cancel out or something happens. And it's understandable, but it's happened to me and I've had to do it to other people. It is kind of a sinking ship feeling, especially as the pre-race
Yes.
nerves come along, and we feel more comfort in sorrow because it's easy just to put ourselves in the pit than it is to get us out of it. So
100%.
sometimes we like to double down on our like oh, they can't make it, woe is me. And I'm looking for, so I kind of understand that, and then it's just America. So that's awesome that worked out. Also, I saw your finish on the live stream. They were I guess they you write something and they read it out loud, and you
Yes.
had absolutely loved what you had to say as far as like you kind of mentioned it, just inclusion, more inclusion of women in this sport, and just kind of like the sentiment that you said out there, and they absolutely loved it. So what was your thought process behind what you wrote?
I always want to be honest, and I want to be truthfully like I want to truthfully express my values and my core values. And it's so important to me to see more women and more women of color on the trail, especially because sometimes we feel like this space isn't for us. It's like if you don't see anybody that looks like you out there doing it already, then how do you know if it's a possibility? Or how do you know if like you can do this? Like, what does the pathway look like? Or am I the one that's going to have to create that pathway? And I am a community leader. Me and my friend Daisy, we started a all women's trail running group called Chingonas on the Run. And it's something that we tell the women. A lot of the women that show up to our runs are like first timers. They've either lived in the area and they're like, oh my God, I never knew this trail was here. Or it's like their first time, like, I want to try challenging myself. I want to do something different. And so we're here as a community to provide a space of support and to provide opportunity for these women. And because I want to see them live out their best selves. I want to see them like go out there and take up space because fuck, in this climate today, it's like it means it's more like I don't know how to express like it's even more of importance to be out there. So my thought behind writing that is like being connected to like to my why is like everywhere I go, I'm choosing these hard races and I want them to see like, yes, you can do it. Like, fuck yeah, like go and take up space. And so that's what I mean is like either I'm going to be the first one to do it in my community and that will pull up a chair for the next woman beside me to say like, fuck, I'm going to do another hard race or I'm going to take on that hard race. And it doesn't have to be High Lonesome, but it can be a local race that has a reputation for being hard. Um, and so that's like my whole bit on that. And then the second thing was like me again expressing like I am terrified. This is the first race where I'm oh my god, I might get emotional. This is the first race of me. Since last year, I've been going to therapy for depression, and so this is like the first race back where I've been healing and growing. And it's super fucking liberating. Like I can now see that I'm not just racing to like live out my traumas and to prove to myself. I am now racing because I fucking enjoy it. I'm not carrying
You're
any.
celebrating. It's not
Yes,
like suffering, it's celebrating.
yes. And so me being terrified, is like I am terrified and I was terrified and that's why I chose the race, but it was more of like now I get to see who's on the other side. Now I get to see which chingona is waiting for me, like who she is because she's been in there the entire time. So yeah, it was a liberation, it was a celebration. Um I'm sorry, I went in circles, but yeah, that's that was my reason.
No, those are the best type of races, the ones that go in circles.
Yeah.
But so would you say that because of this new mindset or just your approach, like, did it change your entire race experience?
Yes.
Just like you're able to view everything differently, and you get to do it in one of the more scenic races out there. I mean, so how did this compare to 2024 or 2023 or and etc. Just like, is this, do you think so far as of now, this is the pinnacle of you, but there is obviously another peak out there that you can keep trying to summit, but like, would you say this is it right now?
Yeah. I would say so. I mean, when I raced Cruel Jewel, I was at the pit of my depression. And I kept wanting to drop out of the race. And I was going back and forth with a lot of excuses that I would tell my crew about quitting, excuses that I was telling myself to quit. And it was a lot of battle, like the battle internally, the battle within myself that was like, dude, you're not good enough. Like, this was fucking stupid. Why did you train for this? Why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you say like you weren't ready? Like, I continued and I continued. And I mean, I finished that race and it was like the first time in a very long time where I was able to be emotional and cry. And I remember like the first session back with my therapist, that was the first thing I said to her was like, I cried. And I was like, I got emotional. And she was like, I'm so happy you got emotional. She's like, because that's where it starts. And that's where I knew I was like, okay, like now I officially need to. I told myself, like, I'm not signing up for anything else. I'm going to spend the rest of the year, like, really centering and focusing on healing um, and growing. So whatever the assignment was that she was giving me, like, that's what I treated was like my training schedule, right? Like, because the work doesn't stop after you get off your call or after you get off the session. Like, the work continues. And if you're not doing the work post session, then you're not going to see results. So that was really important that I hung on to that. Like, I got to fucking do the work. Messy and messier and messy. I knew I had to do it.
Now, because of this like newfound clarity, does it kind of change your approach to Angeles Crest? That's another behemoth, as we talked about before. But does it kind of just like ease things maybe a bit? Just
You
like,
know, yeah. I feel like with AC, I know again, this race is like is opposite in the sense of, with high low, the beginning, the first 50 miles, you have a little bit more cushion in terms of the cutoffs. And the back end of the race for high low, that's when the cutoffs start getting tighter. So with AC, it's the fucking opposite. The front end of the race, the cushion is very tight. I mean, I'm sorry, there's no cushion. The cutoffs are tight. But on the back end of the race, because on the back end, you're just going to be climbing the entire time. Then, the cutoffs are a little bit more generous. But still, it's like, when you run hundreds and you're descending, you're not fucking bombing these downhills. You're running them reserved. You're not trying to blow out your quads. Like, you're running smart. You're trying to recover on some of these descents. And so I know that this first half of the race for, I mean, AC is, I'm really going to have to like run gritty. And especially because I'm running solo, I opted with no crew, no pacers. And that's also new for me. So, yeah, this new clarity of doing shit scared is like, okay, well, here's another crux, doing shit scared.
it's gonna be another test.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's hopefully some familiarity. It's not too far away. It's in your region. I know
Hmm.
that whole area is a lot bigger than people realize. But is this the first time doing something like this with one of your races, where it's just you and your thoughts for a
Yes.
hundred plus miles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time. Yeah. I mean, and this is all because my partner was like, last year, he was like, oh, when you crew Melissa, she's such a diva. She's so needy. And he was teasing me about a bunch of shit. And I was like, all right, fucker, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And so AC has the option in the lottery to go solo. And I was like, fuck it, I'll show you. I'll show you. And I got in, and then I was like, oh fuck. It's like, this is really happening.
I feel like it's so important, like, um, This is why I like having people on the podcast that talk about like the truth, like the struggle of stuff, because I think it's so important. Because if you go look at your ultra sign up, all we see is this badass that has like reached all these goals. Like you don't have any DNF, you know what I mean? But then for you to say, hey, like I'm running scared, then it like shows other people that they can run scared too. Like there's just because your resume looks amazing doesn't mean you didn't like struggle to get to the start line or to the finish line of stuff. Um, so I love that. And I'm always trying to switch up like a new race with some new dynamic. My last one was no audio. And I was like, oh my God, how can I do that? And now I'm like, oh, I can do that. Like that wasn't that bad. So it's like always changing stuff up. I did Born to Run the 100 miler solo with no pacers. And I just wouldn't recommend it again. Like I prefer pacers. Like if I have the choice, I'll take a pacer.
It's interesting
So
because I also usually prefer pacers, but then I have a pacer and I just don't like talking to them, and I just
it's
it's
still
just like
company.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. It's like I want to talk, but for some reason I don't know, man. I just can't talk much. So I'm just kind of like the silent one as they talk my ear off and they just try to get me to say something, which, ironically makes them talk to me even more. But yeah, it's just interesting. I think I've always said I think trail running is just these races are just a series of internal problem solving that we continually churn out until before you know it, the race is over. Our brain is so active during these
Mhm.
events, and it's insane what they are able to do with us. The low moments, as low as they get,
Yeah.
there's some benefit to them because it kind of makes everything go by even more. And then, yeah, I just kind of trip forward mentally over and over again, and then the race is over, and you're just like, oh, hey, I'm happy. Wow, that was fun. It's just like it's just interesting what our brain is capable of, even in those low moments.
Yeah.
There's some good things that happen in them. But it's very exciting as far as seeing what Angeles Crest in your brain, the only two things that you'll have accompanying you for 30 plus hours or faster, who knows?
What's the cutoff on that one?
37.
So
Yeah.
very similar. Have you been on
Yeah.
any of that trail before?
Yes. So I did some like trail recon leading up, weeks leading up to high low. And I mean, the trails are runnable. Last year we had a big fire run through the city of Wrightwood and the city of Altadena. So the course this year is going to be an out and back. And I believe the out and back was done in 2022. Um, and now it's going to be done in what year we are, 2025. And that's because a lot of the original course going into starting in Wrightwood and going into finishing in Altadena has been burned because of the fire. So we will be running through some of that charness, and that makes me a little sad. And seeing my, the place, my sanctuary, my church hurting makes me a little sad. But um, I'm hoping that the race isn't causing more damage than good. I'm not a a scientist, so if they approve the race, I'm assuming that it's good.
That someone's looking out for it. My
Yeah.
really good friend that actually I go to Born to Run with, her name's Addie Zelker. She actually follows you on Instagram. Y'all must be close because
Next level
Kodiak.
stalking.
Yeah, well, because she's done all these races in California. I don't know what part of California she's in. Anyways, her husband is running Angeles Crest, so I'll have her like stalk you even more, like
Yeah.
and cheer you on. So
I know Addie. I think she lives in Wrightwood.
she might.
Yeah.
But she's also tried to get people on, like ladies on the trails, like always trying to get people, out as
Yeah.
well.
It's important. What's your
Yeah, it's
question,
cool.
Andrew?
No, it's just, I'm just enjoying just it's a small world. Everyone knows each other. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's running. You guys are running fantastically. It's great. I'm retired. It's awesome. Everything is good in life, you
So
know.
you need to
Uh,
conquer your shit.
Yeah,
That's what you
mentally.
need to do. Like, you can't just give into it. You got to fight the good fight. We
I'm
don't
Yeah.
turn to
giving into it.
music.
I'm not good. The music is it's my passion now. I've moved on.
No, it's not.
I may yeah. I'm gonna learn how to crochet. I'm gonna make something called a wooble. It's a little shark. Um, I've had it for about a year now. I think I might as well get working on it. But no, someone that works in mental health. Yeah, it's pretty ironic, isn't it? No.
Yeah.
So you said Angeles Crest, and then after that you're gonna just kind of like chill and like you're working on your doctorate and you're gonna recenter and refocus. But is there is there stuff kind of on the horizon afterwards that you want to do in the trail running community as far as either racing or supporting?
Both. I mean, I love crewing and I really enjoy pacing. Um, but the biggest thing is like, I always ask myself, like, how can I better serve my community when I do events? And when I also sign up for a race, it's like the intention, like, what can I learn about myself? So upon the horizon, I mean, sure, there are like, the bucket list races that I would love to do. But I think the biggest thing is like, okay, I'm getting my master's. So it's like graduate, get my
Oh,
fucking,
masters.
yeah,
Hmm.
finish that fucking degree. Cause that's an ultra within itself. I do not leave this chair. It sucks.
So you're in this program now. Is this have you been in school at all before this recently, or has it been a while?
No, it's been a
Oh my
while.
God. All right,
Yeah.
tell me the struggles because I
No.
kind of want to go back and get my doctorate, but it's been 15 years, so I'm like,
Uh, I
so
started the program in January,
how's that kind of
and
changed everything?
well, it's a lot of fucking reading, and it's a lot of reading, and it's relearning how to write papers again. The format for my program has been APA.
Mm,
And holy fuck, man. Some of my professors give great feedback on like the slightest the curling quotation mark. And I need to know that stuff because next year when I have to write my big fucking philosophy or whatever, like they're going to be looking at things like that. But it is so challenging. Also, the use of AI gets really tricky because your shit is getting checked for AI. So if it's 30% showing of AI, then that's an automatic uh, fail.
wow.
Um, the other thing that has been challenging is like also pulling the research and peer study reviews and papers. The one class that I had for my summer session was my sports ethics. And I got to write about, we had to choose a theme based on a movie. And so there was a list. And I chose Jackie 42. And the theme that I unpacked there was like racism and then how athletes of color are treated in sports. So it was like going on a fucking deep dive of like research, and then the research had to be within a certain time period. And then that got challenging. It was like, oh, this paper was written in 2014, and it would be really great evidence to support, but it has to be written in 2015. So within the last 10 years, um, I think that's like my biggest struggles is like a lot of the reading and then writing the papers. And I'm the type of person that will like I'm very task oriented and goal driven. which is great, but it's also my flaw because I will become super fucking obsessed over working on like that paper or that one paragraph, and I will like drive myself to the fucking ground to get it done. When instead I should be taking a break. You know, small breaks help stimulate the brain. They give me a break. They not only give me a break cognitively, but they give my body a break, like doing something nice for myself. Like that is really hard for me. And that has also been the biggest struggle.
So I actually have a few questions regarding this balance. The first obvious one is has this affected what you're able to do to prepare for these races? Like as far as getting out there and running more, or training more, or just how are you balancing that?
Um the let's see, the weekends have been like more or less easy for me. Um and earlier, so when I say that like I focused on like VO2 max stuff, like that shit was easy because it was like maybe less than an hour of running, you know, and I could do it on the road. I didn't have to drive to the trail. I kind of focused on like fast stuff, and I would create routes from my house. So some of that was easy, but once I got in like my summer session, which started in May and it finished like the end of June. That kind of got like tricky because you know, finals week is when everything is due, but it's the week before finals where you're really stressing to get everything done. So in terms of like balance, I really had to like hold myself accountable and taking breaks. And that was really, really tricky. So in terms of like balance, I don't know if I have a balance. I'm just trying.
And another thing is, have you noticed any difference now that you're in school? I don't know just how long you've been running ultras, but I'm assuming you probably weren't when the last time you were in school. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So I've noticed that my tolerance now for a lot of things are a lot higher since doing some of these long endurance events. Just like it's like a mental exercise, and therefore my tolerance for bullshit or stuff that I think is in the way, a roadblock or an impedance to something I want to do, I can now kind of handle it more. I've noticed in work, in my line of work, working in mental health, it's just I it it's actually improved the way I approach things at work, and it's just like I've started noticing things in these facets of life that it's not just us running, but it's we're doing mental gymnastics and mental conditioning and strengthening that I didn't realize would be kind of like a side effect of us doing these events. And this could be a question for you too, Stephanie. Have you guys noticed any of these events that we're doing kind of just kind of help as far as your mental fortitude and other facets in life? I'll
Go
I
take
ahead,
can
that
go
as a
Stephanie.
first.
no.
I say absolutely. And I feel like you don't have to do these crazy distances. Like it's a distance, whatever it is for you. Like I feel like your first mile, like I've said this before, teaching high school, when these kids are struggling and like with emotions and stuff, I'm like, go run 1 mile and you're gonna feel better about yourself. Go do one thing you don't think you can do. And then we're just like running scared. You ran scared, you went into it and you finished this really hard race with these tight cutoffs. And so it's like you can take that into the next scary thing that you don't want to sign up for. It's like it gives you more confidence going into something, saying, even if I don't think I can do this, I have finished something I didn't think I could do before, which is the power. Because if we don't step into things, if we only step into things that are in our comfort zone, women would do nothing because women like to check all the boxes. So if we only ran 100 miler, if we did 100 miler in training, you know what I mean? Like we have to go into it with some mental versus physical. So yes, I think it carries into everything I do.
feel like it's the ability to problem solve. Also a big old boost of fucking confidence. I find myself a little bit more patient, and also kind of like, okay, that was fucking dumb, major eye roll, but let it go and move on, right? It's like, okay, well, I can't, if I continue to hold on to it, I'm not going to be moving forward. So that mentality of just keep moving forward, one step at a time, one step at a time. I still like, the only time where I really don't have patience is if I'm waiting for something in the microwave. That still hasn't changed. But but other than that, I feel like I have a little bit more patience now, and I can like take things more or less with like a grain of salt. And of course, like my confidence, like it's like, man, I'm a bad bitch.
No. So as we near the end of this episode, we got a few more things we'll do. But as far as the trail running aspect of things, if if you would have to redo one of these races, or if you had to run one of these races again that you've done, which would be the one you would choose?
Does high-low count in that or no?
Oh yeah, just whatever race you've done. Just which one?
Oh,
Because it sounds like you're more conscientious, especially yeah. Trail running is not cheap. Just like so, if you had to do a race again, what would you do?
I would do Moab again.
Oh wow, yeah, the 200s. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. That helps me. Stephanie and other people think I should stop doing them and do shorter distances.
No,
Well,
that is not what I
bad
said.
for your
What
knees.
No, I said if he's struggling to get back in it and he's saying he can't take off work to do a 200, I said then do a different race. And he
Yeah.
was like, "No, I can only do the ones that I need 2 weeks off of work for."
I can say this. I literally called off work in the middle of a 200 once at my one of my old jobs. It's like,
Oh
yeah, I'm not gonna
shit.
make it. Don't worry. It's called
So
manipulating.
he's got a new job that he's probationary that he can't do that at.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? It's good. I'm gonna use this time to just acclimate to the concrete here in Houston,
Yeah, yeah.
and the
Hey,
dirt
I have to ask a question. So
piles we do have.
why would it be Moab when you performed so well? Like you want to do better or you just enjoyed it and had so much fun?
Wait, are you talking to me or talking to Andrew?
Yes.
Oh no, no,
No, I'm
yeah.
talking to Melissa.
I didn't enjoy my Moab, by the way. I
Yeah, no,
hate it.
you didn't do so well. She was sixth place.
I mean, yeah, it is definitely in my desire to go back and like race and just see what I can do. I mean, I'm not a celebrity and I'm not like fast, but I'm a sleeper, when it comes to races. I'm like a strong back of the half type of runner, and that's kind of what happened at Moab is like,
Okay, I would like to clarify you got sixth female, so that's the front of the pack.
Well, she was probably 80th female, and then she made her way up. Like that's I don't know. Like it could have been
this
that's
is
probably
true.
what she's
She
alluding to.
was 36th overall, right? I think, let me look
I
if I
don't
have that
know.
right. Like 36th overall. Like I feel like, yeah,
I didn't even run it
or
that year, but she
37th
passed me.
overall.
So
Like, so the fact that that makes me like hardcore. If you do that, I'm cheering for you hardcore to go to perform well and then still want to go back and perform better. Like when I perform well, like I'm good to not go back. I'm like, I'll take my win.
I mean,
Moab's an interesting one though.
yeah, it is. I mean, like the sleep strategy within itself, but I had a good race. I felt good. But even now, I feel like I really focused on building my fitness, and I know that I'm pretty fucking strong. Like I ran a 4th of July 5K, and let me tell you, I'm not fast. I did run in college. I ran Boston. My fastest marathon is a 3:11. And
Oh,
then, like I entered the trail world, and it's like, oh yeah, like 12, 13-minute pace. Like, that's fucking flying. Um, so, so fast forward in my ability to like build up my fitness. There was this 4th of July 5K, and I had recruited one of my former cross country kids to be my rabbit, to pace me because I wanted to try to go sub 21. I'm like, let's just see what happens. My Strava prediction said that I could run like 1956. And then my Garmin prediction said that I can run like 2030. And I was like, so I'm going to go for the middle and shoot for like 21 minutes. I ended up running like a 2046, and I had not run that. I shit you not. I have not ran that fast in like 15 fucking years. Okay, so I was like, holy shit, like, damn, that was pretty good. So I mean, my ability to run fast is like, I don't know what that means anymore, but I was really proud of like my 20-minute fucking 5K, and that just for me was like a showing of like, okay, like my fitness is there, like I am strong, and I can physically, do things that I'm ready, you know. So the end.
The end. Yes, the end indeed. That's wow, blew us all out of the water with that. My goodness. We're in the presence of quite the accomplishments.
Oh Lord.
So before we get to our can't let it go, let's just learn a little bit more about you off the trail. Mel, not male, Stephanie. Um, so outside of trail running, what is your favorite hobbies?
Oh, oh shit. Well, they like involve, okay. Outside of trail running, I love drinking wine. I love eating cheese.
Oh,
Um,
Jesus. You can come to
what?
our place. We have like way too much wine on accident, and I'm trying to power through it. It's not going well.
No, don't. I really enjoy champagne. It's crazy as that sounds. But I love eating. I love um, taking walks. I mean, I love going to the movies by myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's one of your favorite movies that if you could see in theater now, any movie, what would it be?
10 Things I Hate About You. Or My
Oh,
Cousin Vinny.
oh, okay. Joe Pesci and Heath Ledger, two of my favorite people, of all time. That is Heath Ledger, right? 10
Yeah.
Things I Hate About You. Oh, thank God. All right, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. All right. Yeah, and Joe Pesci. Marissa Tomei. Wow. Yeah, those are definitely top two movies that I've heard of and seen.
They're like my faves. They are
um,
my favorite. I can watch both of them all the time. Anyways.
has anyone ever told you that you have some Marissa Tomei energy, just strong,
No,
confident, and just
I'll
like,
take
yeah, I
that
could see,
compliment.
I, I think I can see that in from my cousin Vinny, just strong, confident, stands her own, badass,
She's
literally
bad. Mhm.
prevents my nephew from going to prison. So yeah, I can
She a
totally see
bad
that.
bitch, and she was Spider-Man's mom. So there's that.
Yeah, she holds her own.
Yeah, she does.
Just and still in fantastic shape too. Um, so so outside of the hobbies, any pet peeves? What would put me in the dog pound with you if I'm not in there already? Because I feel like I'm easily in a lot of people's dog pound. I just kind of want to know.
I hate the word almost. I fucking hate it so much. I hate it when people say it in a race, and when you crew me and when you pace me. It is like the forbidden fucking word because I will love to punch you in the jaw. But yeah, my pet peeve is I hate the word almost. So there's that. It's
I
useless.
guess usually used in the word in the context of trying to motivate you, like you're almost there, it's almost over, or it's like almost just in any form. You just okay, all right. So
Yeah.
we'll have Dylan backtrack and see if we ever use this word on this episode, and he'll delete them because we do that. Um, So yeah, and also, do you listen to anything out on the trail? Do you ever listen to audio? And if so, what do you like to listen to?
I have so my playlist is called Run or Die, and it's just like a compilation of music anywhere between like my walk up song, which is X Gonna Give It to Ya by DMX. But it's got some emo, it's got some screamo, it's got um, some, oh my goodness, Tribe Called Quest. It's got an array of music, so I don't stick to one genre. But when I'm out on the trail and I'll hear a song and I like emotionally connect to it because of like the lyrics, then it goes on the fucking playlist.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like to listen to some sad music to pump me up sometimes. I don't know if anyone here is like that.
All
Just like
by myself.
that's there, or some sad, just Sarah McLaughlin, adopt a dog today type of stuff,
No.
No, no,
Seriously.
but I don't know why that it's like it's not the intended effect, but it kind of gets me going. I don't know why. It's just like only one of us can be sad, me or my
Mhm.
music. If my music is sad, I'm gonna be happy. I don't know if it's that. Like, I don't know. It's like we both can't be down in the dumps. But yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Do you want to add any questions to this, or is?
I just want to say that that's weird, Andrew.
Oh, okay. So not directed towards her, but to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Melissa, thank you so much for joining us, and telling us your tale of High Lonesome, getting to know you a little bit better, especially like the mental aspect of things, which we always love to talk about, and we could talk about that for hours.
Mhm.
Something that is starting to kind of get out there more especially amongst the running community, but it's still kind of like taking the back burner in some places. So it's nice seeing people out there advocating and getting their message across, a message of inclusion as well, which you so put out there beautifully, especially at the end of your race. Recommend everyone just seeing her live stream finish. It was really cool, with the broadcasters reading your message. So before we get to something we all can't let it go, is there any shout outs you want to give to anyone, anything in particular regarding High Lonesome? Now's the time to do it.
That's kind of like, I feel like this is like a radio, and we used to call and like shout out your lover or your boyfriend.
You can shout out your partner for empowering you to do.
But I would love to just say, like, extend a thoughtful thank you to my crew, Luke and Jess for being incredible humans, Luke for stepping up, and Jess for dealing with my tears the entire time that she paced me because all I did was fucking cry. And she held space for that, and I love that. And then, I mean, to the race director, Caleb, I think he did not I think, let me rephrase that. Caleb did a tremendous fucking job with this race. And by far, this has been one of the best experiences that I have had at a race. Like, I've never felt so seen, and the volunteers were just incredible. So, professional volunteers at this fucking race, like, this race is like hands down, like, well organized, well ran. So if there are races already not trying to duplicate this, then I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're fucking up. The end.
That's the
Like,
best
drop.
compliment you can give a race. We should start doing that, shouting out the really good race directors out there.
Yeah.
Um, So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to end with something called "Can't Let It Go." Basically, anything on your mind recently, which I know we've kind of been all over our mind, all three of our minds recently. But anything that's been on your mind recently, running or non-running related, that you don't mind sharing. For example, Stephanie, I'll let you go first. What can you not let go?
Well, I have two.
Ooh.
I took Lola to Nob Hills, so that was her third trail, and she's learning. I'm learning that I may die on a technical section with her because she doesn't think like I'm trying to teach her like caution, careful, like slow down. We're about to step on something that because I have her tied around my waist and I'm like, all I can see is like we're going down. So, but that was exciting. We didn't even do 3 miles because I'm trying to get back. But then the other thing is that Arkansas Traveler, Mo has said he is going to sign up for 2026 so that I can pace him.
Wow. That would be awesome. We need Mo to get back out there. Mo is a Texas staple down here, Mel.
Mm.
So, yeah, anytime you're in Houston or just anywhere in general in Texas, Mo will be just right around the corner. So, um, but yeah, and for another just clarification, Lola is a dog and not a small
Yeah,
human
it's my dog.
child
Sorry.
tied around her waist. She
Yeah, I
would
ran with
not
my dog.
tie a baby around her waist. That'd be, but it is a dog. So just some
And she's getting
clarification.
some endurance where she doesn't need water as much. So she like pushes pretty hard. And I'm like, it's going to be my speed work, even on the trails, which will be good for me because I like to go real slow on the trails. But that's not an option with her. She's going to just like pull me. So
Yeah. So that's cool. My can't let it go. Not much has changed. I'm starting to kind of look ahead to the very end of the year as the weather gets better and I'm able to travel, maybe look at some races. Excited to get back out there. Next week is Summit 200, which Regina is leaving tonight to go to. So your boy is alone for a week and a half. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in all sorts of trouble. But don't tell her that. I was supposed to go, but as Stephanie says, I bail on everything. So,
I
um,
did not say that this episode. You
I'm
said
not.
it. I did not.
I'm not. I am not bailing by choice. I did not expect to try to find a new job already since moving down here. So, oh well, life happens. But Regina's gonna be out there running her own aid station. So I'm excited and course marking. So suffice to say, she has returned from her back injury. She had pretty major back a back operation done not long ago.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe this could be our opportunity to run together, and she's already supplanted and surpassed me. So
Go, Regina.
yeah, and she's leading an all-female trip that I heard sold out, right? Girls with Grit.
Yeah, it's already sold out.
Wow.
Andrew, we need to get you a shirt that says "My partner runs faster than yours,"
Okay. Yeah.
or "My partner runs faster than me."
Yeah. Also a shirt that says looking for a new running partner. Not new partner, running partner.
No, no, I don't think you need that.
Well,
Looking
like we
for
had
a
a
new job.
looking for a new job. Yeah, I could use a fourth new job in less than a year. That'd be great. Um, but yeah, so just hopefully only one more month of this weather. At least this unbearable weather. End of August is usually when
I'm
things
glad
start.
you're hopeful.
I am. Oh, why are you look? Your face said I shouldn't be hopeful. What was that face you just made?
Yeah, because all I think is habanero is mid-August.
Yeah, but it's September things start getting better. Hey, look, I'm trying to grasp for straws right now, man.
Okay,
I'll take
September is
anything.
gonna
Just
get
lie to
better.
me and just say September is cooler, please.
September is gonna be
I think we
cooler.
Maybe
had a
you should
blizzard
just
once.
maybe you should sign up for like a 5K. You could start
That,
all
That's what
over.
I'm saying. Just like
uh,
baby
Little
steps. And he's like,
races.
no,
and run fast. I think not. Maybe a half marathon is decent.
you don't have
Something
to run a half
slower.
marathon fast.
Yeah.
No, just like that's what I'm saying. I could
What
run a
about?
half marathon slow, but a 5K I have to run fast, and then before you know it, my heart rate's 210, and I'm
Do you
passing out
work
of
on the
heat stroke.
weekends?
Not this weekend.
You
And
need to
then
do
Regina's out of
Sufferfest.
town, so you know what I'm
Is
saying.
Sufferfest the following weekend?
We're not gonna look at this now. I'm never doing that race again because I just want to
Oh yeah,
vomit.
your shoe.
And everything that could go wrong has gone wrong at
He
that race.
DNF'd to
So
50K.
I DNF'd two 50Ks there. One time because my shoe blew up.
This is why he wants the 200 milers.
My shoe split in half, which is not the first time that's happened. It's happened in a 200 miler before, but thankfully you bring like 8 pairs of shoes for those. And then the other time I just could not stop vomiting, so I'm good.
What if you pick
He,
up cycling?
that was my first sport. I used to race as a cyclist, and that was the best shape of my life. So I'm going to do that again. I'm a much better cyclist than I am a runner, so I should use that flex. Just
I
get
mean,
back
they
into
have the
cycling.
hottest. I think it's called the hottest. No, what is it? Hotter than
Hotter
hell.
than Hell 100.
Hotter than hell in
Yeah.
Wichita Falls. Yeah, done that.
My mom goes every year for like the last 20 plus years.
There you go, dude. Just fucking
Yeah,
suit
I've
up
done
and
it
just
before.
pedal.
Get back into it, and so I
Or
can
what
do.
about habanero?
Okay, no, I DNF'd. Same reason, vomiting. So I'm
I'm
good.
not for the habanero, but Andrew, since you're needing to come back, I feel like what about the Quanah Hill Massacre that's like free?
Do you not remember what happened last year? We drove up there, and
I don't
this is
remember
supposed to
this
be
at
my
all.
comeback, and then Regina was doing well, and then I ate shit. I tripped and fell,
At Quanah Hills?
and just ate absolute shit and called it a day. Yeah,
Can I be honest? I don't remember you being out there, but I do remember
because
you
it didn't
making fun of
last
the way I
long.
said it.
It did not last long. It was just like one loop in, and I gave up. So, anyways, all right,
Your
cool.
sister's running. I see your sister every week
All right.
running in
So,
this
Now
heat.
become about Andrew.
And then
yeah.
chugging Fireball.
Yeah, my sister got into trail running now. I don't want to say because of me, but she has replaced me since I moved away from Fort Worth. So now she's the popular Marvin, and I'm
Yes.
just still trying to. All right, so we're gonna move on to something happier. Mel,
We want to
hopefully.
know what your
My
can't let
God,
go
what
is.
can you not let go? Because Stephanie's making me not let go of a lot of things.
What can I not let go? Oh, I have this enamel pin on my vest, and it is like it has like the Taco Bell logo, but instead it says "I shit myself," and
Oh my
so
God.
I wore it like on my bag, and I've been wearing it like on my vest during races just to bring people joy,
Can you send
but
a
also
can
to
you,
start conversation, and nobody's really
We need a link.
can you send a
to that.
We need a
picture
link
or
to buy one.
something? Need to
Yeah,
see it.
I can send you a picture.
Awesome. That's what a can't let it go should be, Stephanie.
Yeah, that was a good one. That
was a
was
good
better
one.
than both of ours.
Succinct, very to the point, not
And funny.
not berating. Yeah, funny for a good reason,
I was
not a
not
sad
trying to
reason.
berate you. We were trying
Yeah.
to problem
Encourage
solve.
you.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Encourage
You're
me.
just
I don't.
sensitive.
It's called self-deprecation. I'm good, guys. I'm taking up music now. So, my
Write that
main
theme
influence.
song.
My main influence is Coldplay, but I should probably change things up. So, after But anyways, yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. This was quite the doozy. Good luck, Dylan, in editing this. We should warn him ahead of time. Thankfully, we have some time before this one comes out, so we'll see what happens. But again, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure,
Yes, thank you. It was so nice meeting you.
and we
Thank you.
just
It's nice
absolutely
meeting you.
loved getting inside look at the mental side of things and your awesome performance and your newfound clarity that seems like it's going to take you to places that you've never been, and we're excited to follow you along. And as always, it's a pleasure seeing you out there, running into you. You're always just like exude this energy that people want to be around. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you for
we're-
Thank
having
you.
me.
And as always, Mo knows.
Happy
and
endings.
Happy endings. And
Happy
stay on.
endings.